Good day, DC Gamer. We have a new runner event and we also have some more updates to the arena. So you know how we had those slight changes to Masters matchmaking? We've also got another beta going on that I did want to very briefly go through. But first of all, we've got this new duo damp dragon, which is basically a big ass purple unicorn mech, which is kind of interesting, but double pure elements of course. And in order to get your hands on this dragon, you will need to do your runner event runs, get your flight stamps, and get up to 4,500 score in the runner event. On top of you being able to get this new dragon, of course, we've also got great rewards such as gems, we have mecha upgrades, XL food boxes, insignias, and of course we've got other dragons along the way such as Heartbroken, who is a lovely dragon, and just some other rewards such as grid currency if you want to get the currency for the grid event, and more gems. Because this event lasts for 4 days, the grid event will be lasting for the next 2 days. So you have the choice to either do your runner event run now and pick up grid currency to progress in the grid event. Alternatively, you can wait 2 days until the grid event ends and then get currency for the upcoming event, which is what I would recommend for most people, because I imagine most of us in the grid event have gotten what we want out of this or will get close to it. However, if you are going for the new dragon, you'll need to pretty much push everything that you can, so you'll have to do the runner event for the currency to get Duo Dazzle. But if you were just going for the event items, like I'm at this point with 800 currency with 2 days left, we don't really need to worry about getting the grid currency, so I'm not going to do my runner event runs just yet. But of course, we do need to be doing our quests every single time, and so as usual, I recommend using Deet List, which shows you what the current quests are, it shows you what the upcoming mission sets are, so you know exactly what you need to prepare. Like hatching eggs is coming up, so we can throw War Dragon eggs in if we want to. Then after that, we're going to have more breeding, league battles to do. So you know exactly what to expect if you use the Deet List website for your runner events. And right now, we have breeding to be doing. So I guess we shall hatch 2 of our new eggs. We got this new guy from the breeding event island as well, which I'm really happy about. But we do have 2 legendary dragons to get hatching. I don't know if I have any space anywhere else, so I hope I've actually got enough room in my habitat over here for both of them. But we're doing good work on collecting all these single element legends so far. Like we've also got Nairobi being summoned, so another single element legend. The other one that we've got here is Mirror. So again, we'll pop Mirror over here into this habitat as well. And look at all these lovely single element legends added to our collection. I love it. But the main reason we're doing that, of course, is to actually make some room. And during these breeding quests, you can either time your breeding den so that, you know, it's got a long timer so that you're guaranteed an item. Alternatively, we can use the good old-fashioned Terra X Terra, but there's only 10% per collect chance to get an item, so we'll grind out the rest of these breeding quests soon. So as long as we've got a couple of slots in our hatchery, we'll be fine, because we can you know, hatch these eggs and then just keep breeding and breeding and rebreeding until we get this quest done. But I will do that later. I'm going to pop these 2 in. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is Wizard's Holo, but before that, we have Arena. And I don't know if you've noticed so far, but as of this new arena, if your dragons get knocked out and you're part of the same beta as I am, which I'm not sure if everyone's a part of this, but if you do get a dragon that gets taken out, it actually doesn't matter because there is no cooldown on the dragon being defeated. So let me give an example with this Redemption Looter dragon, which, by the way, in this new beta, it makes redemption dragons absolutely insane, because having no cooldown on a dragon when they get defeated in the arena basically means that redemption dragons can just be used every single battle. So if you have 1 or 2 really insanely good dragons, or just 1 really insanely good dragon that you want to use to basically just hard grind in the arena, Masters Arena, you can do that now. And there is no repercussion for doing so. The reason why this was brought out, I don't know, but the difference is that now we don't get a free refresh on the battle. So you'll see that my dragon got taken out during that battle, so before we would have had our Redemption Looter go on cooldown, but now we have come back to a battle with all 3 of our dragons active. And I'm pretty sure we can beat this battle here, but I do just want to give an example after this one. Oh, should I do it straight away? Let's just show you again. But essentially, if you ever struggle with a battle that's coming up, or you just want to refresh a battle because you can't do it, there is essentially no repercussions for doing so anymore. It is so easy to derank. I was thinking, you know, it would be so much easier for me to just, you know, lose this battle, but we'll do it on a more fitting battle, because this one we should be able to finish unless I'm actually stupid. But this will just showcase to you how insanely good redemption dragons are at the moment, because I mean, we can literally just use them all the time. I cannot believe that this has been implemented. It is absolutely insane that we basically just have permanent reusable redemption dragons for no cost. It's ridiculous. But like, we'll bring out our looter dragon here again, and then once looter dies, he will revive Morpheus, and then Morpheus will come back, and then we will be able to use him to then take out Kratos along with our High Nest, of course. But even though both the redemption looter and Morpheus are going to die, we're not going to have any cooldown on them, so we can use them next battle anyway. I don't know, this makes Arena so much easier, but that is assuming that your highest ranked dragon can take out all of the enemies, or at least your highest 2 dragons are capable of doing it. But like, imagine having 2 level 70s, or in my case 2 level 69s, and then just a redemption dragon. Ideally, if the redemption was a really high level, that would work as well. But it's just absolutely nuts. I guess I don't need to fail a battle because we can do all of these. Before, with the arena, the thing that I used to struggle with was the fact that if we did manage to win some of these difficult fights, normally at least one of our really good dragons would get taken out. And you'll see that I have put a Phoenix on Expectant Ethos because it does help quite a lot. But it's just no cooldowns on it is insane. It's made Arena so much easier for me, considering that my team is fine. It's just, obviously, we don't have 3 pure dragons to use in this current arena, which is kind of a shame, but it doesn't even matter. It literally does not even matter when we just get free revives with Redemption Looter. So, you know, this is going to make Redemption Dragons possibly even better than they were before, which they were still insanely good for arena use. But if we can just get free revives, no cooldown, and this stays permanently, my goodness, that would make arena grinding so much easier, especially for any players that have them. So I did just want to talk about this because this is quite a big change to what we had going on before. And especially with the new matchmaking that came in, a lot of people were starting to struggle with the arena quite a lot, especially those with like max rank dragons. And this is like, just, it saved us. It is genuinely a lifesaver that this came out. So I don't know if that was why it was pre-planned or something in the way that it was done, because initially everyone was like, oh, they've just changed arena matchmaking and now it's skill-based matchmaking and like we can't win any battles, what the heck? And then this beta comes out and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, that's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Sorry, I don't know how to feel right now. I'm feeling very mixed in my opinions of these changes currently. But of course, we still want to make sure that we're not just completely no-braining these battles. We still can't just auto battle for some of these because, you know, especially if we go against 3 level 70s at any point, we still have to sort of pay attention, especially if we want to use our redemption dragons properly. But I'm kind of enjoying it. I enjoy being able to have just crazy battles where everything just has no cooldown for a change. Does it make Arena too easy? Possibly. I guess we will find that out over time as to the total impact that it has on everything. But my overall thoughts is that it is a positive change for the players to make it easier. Like, this silly corrupt chaos is not going to be able to do much against Alex here. So there he is. He's been decimated. And then, of course, we've got Masters 2 coming up, which I believe the ban on that is electric, if I'm remembering correctly. I can't remember. But we can just do grinding and grinding and grinding like crazy. So we will continue grinding this out for more of these Frost Diamonds and more orbs of these Purification Gelatin Dragons. But that is a big thing that you want to get in on. And, you know, if they're bringing all of these changes out when we're getting these updated arena collections, that's fine, because then we're getting free orbs of mythicals, we're getting free legendary jokers and trade essence. So I like that they're at least playing with things rather than just leaving arena in sort of a iffy, kind of icky way, which before it was okay, but it wasn't the greatest thing ever. Of course, the other thing that we've got going on is Wizard's Holo. We did have this Praetor Holo yesterday as well. I think I did get a decent way in, but the rewards weren't really that good. But this time we've got an XL tokens box and an all Jokers collection box, which of course, legendary and heroic Jokers are very tempting, but getting to 11 of these golden runes is not easy anymore. Since they did that update to the drops on the gold runes, I think it happened way back when. I don't know if it counts over to every single Wizard's Holo that's ever happened, but if you remember that Holo where everyone was just getting golden runes out of the wazoo, and then it was just really broken because it was a gem chest with a really high gem drop, and then people were just like spending gems to get their gems back. Seems like since then, I'm just going to do one until we get something decent. But since then, it's just a lot harder to get these 11 gold rune token items unlocked, which I get it. We don't want to be getting free Joker orbs all the time from every source, right? But considering the only other reward this week is an XL tokens box, it's kind of iffy. And there we go, I gave it a 5 gem try. I'm not going to keep going on a run like that. We ran into too many wizards too early for my liking. And Praetor, even though he is an ascended, he's not like the most interesting pickup for a VIP ever, so I'm not going to worry too much. But you know, it is there, so just be aware of it. And you know, if you want to pick up another ascended and you want to be willing to spend some gems if you get a bit lucky on the drops, you have the option. But when it comes to this runner event and grinding it out, make sure that you're also watching your ads, because we do have runner tokens today, which I've already collected, and then we have another one of those mech upgrades from the ads themselves. And then the other thing that we've got going on, of course, are the quests, so make sure that you are logging in for your quests, getting free flight stamps, because if you want to get the dragon and the rewards after the dragon, like the mech upgrade, you need to be doing very well in all of your runner event runs, and you need to be collecting all the currency that you possibly can. So there's no skimping out on these quests. You can normally miss one of the +7 flight stamps quests, but that's about it. You can't really afford to miss any of the others, because otherwise you will just miss one of the rewards. But it does depend on what your average score is per runner event run. And as I've shown many times before, on the Deep List website, if you scroll down from the mission sets, you can actually calculate how many flight stamps you're going to get depending on what your average score is per run. So if your average score is 100 pinwheels, or if your average score is say 70 pinwheels, it will show you how many total pinwheels you can get if you were to get that average score each time. Pretty basic maths, but it does help and avoid you having to use your own brain. So if you're not a fan of using your own brain, you can just tap it into the website and just freeload your way in. But anyway, I'm going to keep grinding out these stinky terror breeds and wait for the Empower Happy Hour. But for now, we'll continue making progress in our events, and also, of course, making progress in our codex. And don't forget that these 2 breeds are on, if you have the dragons available for them, that is. But I guess for now, enjoy yourself, and don't forget to spend your currency, but I wish you the very best of luck in getting your hands on the new Duo Damp Dragon.